Guys, from cheers to tears, we have witnessed it all at the Football World Cup. Lionel Messi is still gunning for a fairy tale finish after a cliffhanger against the Netherlands, while a spirited Croatian side awaits to spoil the party. Magnificent Morocco have shocked the world and have continued their dream run. And we all know that they are now going to face their toughest challenge in the face-off with France, who have been simply dominating. So we are here to predict how the upcoming games could pan out. Welcome to Amazon Pay presents Sportskeeda Predictions with Paul Merson. And while there is no guarantee on the outcome of the matches, you can get guaranteed rewards daily with Amazon Pay. So I would say, just pay Amazon say.
Tired of better luck next time? Time to switch to Amazon Pay UPI. Guaranteed rewards daily.
So guys, we are joined by a footballing legend, Mr. Paul Merson. Let's welcome him on the show. Thank you so much, Paul, for always giving us time and joining in the show. Welcome to Sportskeeda. How are you?
I'm not bad, thank you. Still a bit gutted after Saturday, but yeah, get in there now.
Now, without further ado, let's talk about the mouth-watering semi-final clashes.
I wouldn't say he's been the best player in the tournament so far. I think he's had some very good moments in the games. He's carried this team along. I think that's what it's all about. I mean, when we talk about greatness and Maradona, Pele and people like that, they sort of carried their country at certain times. And I think this is what he's done. This is not a very good, I wouldn't say this is a great Argentinian side. Far from it. But Messi's had great moments in it. Great moments. So for me, I don't know if he's been the best player in it, but he's definitely carried his team to the semi-final of the World Cup. I'm going to go Alves. I think this is going to be a tight football match. I think Alves is a very good finisher. I don't think he gets the chances at Man City, obviously, because of Haaland, but this kid, top player, and I think he'll start the game. I think he'll start. It's going to be tight, so I don't see there being loads and loads of chances, but I would say Alves will start over Martinez. I would probably say so. People might say you can't change a winning team, but they never won, did they? Do you know what I mean? They drew 2-2 in that game. I know they dominated it. They were better than Holland. But he played in the first game. You know, he was in the Argentinian manager's first team, his best team. I think he might come back in for this game. I think he might come back in. I don't know who for, but I think if the manager thinks that highly of him, I think he'll come back in. I've been very impressed because they'll have to work so hard this week, tonight in the game, because the front three do not press. The front three have got no press about them at all. If they do, it's passing. So it's easy to get through the press, and then you've got to have hard-working midfield players, and they put in a shift. They've been very good, and they're going to have their work cut out tonight. I personally think they're playing against one of the best countries midfield three in the world. In Croatia's, I really do. I think that three is phenomenal. They stay on the ball, they pass it, and I think if they don't close down tonight, Argentina from the front, the ball will get into the midfield three of Croatia, and I think they'll cause havoc to Argentina. But yeah, the Argentinian midfield players have done great so far, but they're going to have a busy night tonight. I think so. I really do. I think, especially with the three in midfield there, I think that the way they pass the ball around, they're so comfortable. Yeah, and they never panic. If they go 1-0 down, they went 1-0 down against Canada, never panicked, just kept on popping it around. And I think this is where it'll be won tonight. I really do. I think if Argentina can press from the front and stop the service especially to Modric and Kovacic, then I think Argentina will win the football match. But if they don't, I could see Croatia winning this football match. I think this is a heads or tails football match. This. You know what? I thought that 4 years ago when England played Croatia. I thought Croatia had gone to extra time the game before. I thought, oh, they'll be tired. You know, England should win this game. And that was far from it. You know, I don't mean this horribly, but they don't have to do a lot of running, the Croatians. They keep the ball for long periods of time. So they don't really get majorly tired, if you know what I mean. They just keep the ball. And it's tiring when you haven't got the ball, but when you got the ball, it's not as tiring. And, you know, as I said 4 years ago, I was thinking exactly the same thing when England played Croatia. Oh, Croatia will be tired, they won't have any legs. And they got stronger and stronger as the game went on in that game. So I don't see a problem with that. I don't see a problem. I don't think, as I say, Argentina don't press the ball much, especially at the front. And I think Croatia will just pop the ball around. And when it's time to have a rest, they will have a rest when they're keeping the ball. Yeah, I do. I think he's been one of the standouts in the tournament. You know, you get players who kick on and sort of and get that name out, get their name out there to the world. And I would definitely say he is one of them, 100%. He's young, very good defender. He defends. You know, I think Chelsea, I think there'll be a lot of teams after him, if I'm being honest. I think come January, especially the January market coming up, which helps for the World Cup, I think he'll be going. I'll be shocked if he's not playing for one of the top boys by the end of January. Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I would say so. I would say so in a way. You know, they played against each other enough times, but you know, Croatia done well against Brazil at times. You know, I thought they were comfortable in the first half. You know, I just thought it was just bad game management by Brazil that they're not in the semi-final. I just thought it was poor by the players, 1-0 up, and they're playing like they're 1-0 down in extra time, and it backfired in the end. Yeah, I would say so, but don't underestimate Croatia. Don't underestimate Croatia. I think Croatia are a very, very good football team, and as I say, they keep the ball for fun. And as I say, Argentina are not one of them teams that close down too very well. It's going to be hard. I'd bolster their midfield. I know the midfield two have done well, but I think you've got to get. You know, you use three at the back, and then all of a sudden you're only playing the two in midfield, and then Messi in the hole. So for me, they might go to a four. They might go to a four and sort of match up Croatia a bit, because I think if they get overrun in midfield, I think they'll get well beat. Well, not well beat, but it'll be a long way to go in for Croatia to win the game. So playing the three at the back gives him the insurance of defending, but I just think Croatia will be too dominant in midfield, because Messi plays. You know, Messi's going to play in the hole. So for me, I would mash up Croatia in midfield. I mean, someone who's not played any football yet. I mean, it's going to be hard. You know, you're talking about two teams that have got all the way to the World Cup semi-final. You know, you haven't kicked. Yeah, and then all of a sudden you're going to take the place of someone who's played in all the games. I don't think that'll be happening. Yeah, I mean, it's a hard one, because, as I say, it's the World Cup semi-final now. These players have done unbelievably great to get to the World Cup semi-final, so they've done something right. All these players have done something right on the pitch. So I don't think it's a time to start changing it because someone's done well at their club. Far from it. Yeah, that's what I just said. I think they're up there. I think they're up there as a three. I think this is where I think it could be won and lost. I think Argentina with their two in midfield, you know, I think this is where I think if you can get Modric and Kovacic on the ball, I think they'll cause them major problems. I'm a big fan of their three, and I would go as far as to say they're up there as the best three in the world. in this World Cup. Oh. This is such a hard one. Honestly, such a hard one. I think it'll go to penalties. I'm going to go Croatia on penalties. I'm going to go 1-1 and Croatia on penalties. I honestly think this is such a hard game to call. I think it's a heads or tails. I wouldn't be shocked either way if any team won it. And I think it could go all the way to penalties. You've got to remember, this is the World Cup semi-final. When you get to a certain stage in this game, no one's going to want to make a mistake. No one's going to take that massive chance. It's going to be so tight. You know, it's too much on the line. And I think if we don't get an early goal, I think, you know, this game could fizzle. 1-1 and then penalties. And then I'll go Croatia penalties. I think the penalties have been very impressive. Well, so have Argentina's, but yeah, I'll go Croatia. No, I don't even think Morocco did they? I wouldn't have thought Morocco would have fought it in their wildest dreams. I think defensively they've been absolutely unbelievable. Absolutely. I watched them against Portugal. I've done the game for Sky and they were just defending-wise just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And they got the threat on the counter-attack. They got Nisri up front. Then they got Ziyech and Boufal. So they've got talent going forward and they defend so well. Amrabat has probably been one of the best midfield players in the tournament, in my opinion. I think he's just broke everything up. Not in their wildest dreams, but they've deserved it. They've deserved it. They've defended so well. And when they've tried to counter-attack, they have counter-attacked. They've got one of the best right-backs in the world in football, in Hakimi. You know, so they got some good players, some real good players. I'm going to go Amrabat. Amrabat in midfield, the holding midfield player, which just breaks everything up, plays in front of the back four, gives them unbelievable protection. I mean, it's going to be a little bit of a struggle this week on Wednesday because it seems like a couple of the players have been injured. Sassi went off again, went off the other day, so they've missed defenders. But with him in the holding midfield role, honestly, he's been absolutely immense. I couldn't talk highly enough of the bloke. He plays at Fiorentina at the moment. I wouldn't be surprised if there was teams coming in for him in January. He's been that good. I would say so. I didn't think they were great. I give them their due where they kept on going and going. I mean, the goals, Giroud's goals, Griezmann's ball in is just phenomenal. Just an unbelievable pass. I thought Pickford should save the first goal. I thought he should save it. If he's in the right position on the 6-yard box, he saves that easily. He's on his goal line. I know what he's doing on his goal line. I thought they were fortunate. I wouldn't be shocked if they didn't win the World Cup. I wouldn't be shocked at all if they didn't win the World Cup. I don't think they're as great as what everybody thinks they are. Keeps on going. Didn't really touch the ball the other day a lot, but he was there at the right time. Priceless. I mean, the header's not the greatest. It's a bad header and it hits Maguire and goes in, it looks like to me. So, yeah, could have easily come off in that game. I think Deschamps done well because 5 minutes before his goal, if you'd have brought him off, no one would have moaned. He hardly touched the ball. But he gets in the box and he can score a goal. So, yeah, I mean, I've seen him a few times. I see him at Chelsea the other week in the Champions League for AC Milan. He never kicked the ball there. Didn't kick it, So he has his ups and downs in games, but you can't knock his record. You cannot knock his record, that's for sure. I tell you what, I like Hakimi. There's two players that I think that can Mike Mbappe, and that's Hakimi and Walker. And I thought Walker done an unbelievable job, to be fair, the other day. I mean, he went past him once. I mean, unbelievably went past him. But bar that, I didn't really see Mbappe in the game, if I'm being honest. Hakimi, you know, Leitao come on for Portugal the other day and really didn't get too much change out of him. Didn't really. He had to cut inside in the end. I think he took him on once. I think this is going to be an unbelievable battle. I think an unbelievable battle that I think is important, because I don't think they can go through the middle with France. I think they're so solid through the middle, Morocco, especially with, as I say, Amrabat sitting in the front of the back four. They will have to get the ball out wide to Dembele and Mbappe and get around the outside. They won't be able to go through the middle. So I think Dembele and Mbappe are going to have big says in this game, as both of the fullbacks are, who I thought were outstanding the other day, in Atadar and Hakimi. So there's good battles all over the pitch. I don't think this is not a shoo-in. I don't think this is just they're through the World Cup final. I think France have to score first. If they score first, then I think Morocco could struggle. But if they don't get that first goal, this could be a long night for France. This is what I'm saying. This is my only problem. You know, they've been dropping like wildfire, the defenders. You know, they've worked so hard. They've been under so much pressure during games, and this might be their problem. It might be a game too far. But as I say, the two fullbacks are fit. The two fullbacks, I like the two fullbacks, as I just said. You know, the two centre halves. You know, Giroud's not going to run away from anybody. You know, so it's whoever you play out there is going to be a battle. And as I say, they got the midfield, solid midfield in front of them. So they might get away. I wouldn't want to see it if Hakimi or the other fullback was injured, and then I think there's a major problem, or Arabat. But they're not. Then you've got the three up front who, if France start pushing forward looking for that goal and lose shape, the three up front will hurt you. Boufal, Ziyech and Nezri. They will hurt you. So there is a chance for Morocco in this game. I think they've got to keep it tight. The longer this game goes on at 0-0, the more you'd start going with Morocco, because they're so good on the counter-attack, Morocco. They pick the right pass, you know, and in the end, I know Portugal missed a couple of chances, but Morocco had a major chance at the end when the lad should have gone round the goalie instead of trying to chip him. Yeah, I didn't think he'd done much the other night, but he plays an unbelievable pass, and that's why he's in the team. He's going to be a threat. I don't think there's going to be a lot of space for him in this game. I don't. I think, you know, where he's playing in the hole, it's going to be so congested in there. Morocco make it very tight. They make it compact. And I think he'll have to start playing out, drifting out to either side of the pitch to get the ball. And I think that's what he's done against England, really, drifting out to the right, played some good stuff with Dembele. But yeah, I mean, if you can put a ball across the pitch like that on a sixpence, across like that, you're always going to be a threat in the game. And I think that's the thing with Morocco. They'll have to be so alive in this game for every minute. You know, these have got better attacking players, France, than what Portugal have. So for me, they will have to be on their guard the whole 90 minutes plus whatever it will be, 7 or 8 minutes of injury time. I think they just got to keep it tight. I think they got to play this game by the clock every 10 minutes. You know, just keep on getting through the next 10 minutes. And as I say, you're getting at half-time 0-0 in this game. Before you know it, you know, they're going to be a threat. I think this game's got, the longer it goes 0-0, the more chance I give Morocco, because they will get a counter-attacking chance during the game, and they got to make it count. But if France score early, then I don't see Morocco doing absolutely anything. I just can't see them being able to chase down a goal. They'd have to open up the game. As soon as they open up the game, I think it'll be good night. So for me, they've got to play this in chunks, in like every 10 minutes. Just keep on getting through them and looking for that counter attack. And they have got the players to hurt you on the counter attack. Them three players They could hurt you. There's no doubt about that. And Ziyech's got a good set play. We see with Nezeri, he can rise. I mean, how high he got for that header was phenomenal. So for me, they've got to keep this tight. The longer they keep it tight, they do. If France scored in the first 15 minutes, I'd expect France to win 3 or 4-0. Yeah, as I did say about Amarat, he plays at Fiorentina. I wouldn't be surprised if he went in January. If he went, I think he's been one of the standout players. I really do. I think his breakup of the play, when he gets it, his composure on picking the right pass. He's not just booting the ball away. I think he's been absolutely outstanding. I'd be shocked if he was at another club. No disrespect to Fiorentina. I wouldn't have said so. He doesn't play at Chelsea. I'm a Chelsea fan. He doesn't get a game. He's fresh, and he's made it pay. You know, he hasn't played a lot of football, and he's been very good in this tournament. Sometimes it's horses for courses, you know, and it suits him. You know, it suits him, this Morocco team, the way they play. You know, he's one of the star men. He's a big fish in a little pond, you know, and he's done great. But I don't see him playing at Chelsea. I don't see him coming back and playing at Chelsea, in my opinion. I wouldn't say a lot. I mean, France got a lot of depth, but they haven't really changed their team, do they? You know, it picks itself really. There's not many that are going to come on and change the game. You know, they've got their players. I just think it's how long. I keep on going back to it. It's how long Morocco keep this game at 0-0. You know, why it's 0-0. There's going to be a lot of air in their lungs, a lot. If they go 1-0 up, them lungs get even bigger and they fill up with more air. If they go 1-0 down, them lungs start to empty very quickly and you start becoming very tired. And after all the games they've played and how hard they've had to work, I think they will get steamrolled if they go 1-0 down early doors. So for me, it really matter about the squad depths and everything like that, because France don't really change their team too much. So it's all about, as I said, keep on going back to it, stand in the game for Morocco. I mean, that's a hard one off the top of my head. I mean, I got to go Mbappe, Messi, and I mean, you put me on the spot here. Put me on the spot. I'm going to go Amrabat. I'm going to go them three. I mean, you've got two like top draw players, and then you've got one who's just worked his socks off and just been great for the team. I'm going to go there. People probably won't think that, the Moroccan midfielder, but he's had as much effect on this team as any player has had in any other team in the World Cup, in my opinion. There's three scorelines in. It could be any. It could be one of these three scorelines. It could be 0-0, 1-0 with a late France goal, or if France score early, they will win 4-0. I'm going to go 1-0 France. I think this is a tight game. I'm going to go 1-0 France. But if they score early, if they score in the first 15 minutes, then I'm going 3 or 4-0.
Well, that's it for the day. We can sniff yet another thriller in the ongoing Football World Cup and watch out for it. Thank you so much, Paul, for joining in and giving us your precious time. Thanks a lot.
See you later. Take care.
Well, guys, of course, thanks to you as well who have tuned in to watch the show. This was Amazon Pay presents Sportskeeda Predictions with Paul Merson. And while there is no guarantee on the outcome of the matches, you can get guaranteed rewards daily with Amazon Pay. So I would always say, just pay Amazon, sir.
Tired of better luck next time? Time to switch to Amazon Pay UPI. Guaranteed rewards daily.